everyone, welcome to another live watch along on Football Talk podcast. My name's Ozzy and I'm your host for today's show. It's been a minute since we've done a live stream, but today it's another unusual situation where we've got two games in one day. So the first game that's taking place is Liverpool versus Sevilla, and then later on this afternoon, behind closed doors, it's Liverpool versus PLAFORMS, but we are able to watch that on LSE TV today. So we'll be covering that game later on today as well. But for now, we will be watching a game midday kickoff, which is not our favorite time slot, but hey, it is what it is. In terms of the lineup, let's go through it together. As I just said before we went live, it's a strong lineup, so that makes the game more intriguing than anything else. So we've got Alisson returning back in goal, and the back four we've got Tsimikas, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And in midfield we've got Szoboszlai on the left side, number 8 role, McAllister as a number 6. And Gravenberch on the right-hand side. And then up top, we've got Luis Diaz, Jota, and Salah. And from my inkling, I feel like this is probably Slot's strongest team, just the way it's been presented, or the team that he feels like is possibly in contention to start against Ipswich Town next week. So we'll see how the team plays today. And today we'll be playing Sevilla. So in Sevilla, they've got Nilan in goal. And you've got Pedroso, Martinez, Gil, Nienzo and Benavides in the right-back position. In midfield, they've got Saul Niguez, who we all know had a short, long spell at Chelsea. You've got Aguirre in the middle and Collado. And up top, you've got Iheanacho, who we all know, former Man City and Leicester City striker. And on the right side, a familiar name in Suso and Idumbo on the left-hand side. So, interesting game today. A very strong lineup. Now, in terms of the bench, let's see who Liverpool have. So we have Joe Gomez, Vasic, who's actually been linked with a loan move away from the club. Not a specific club hasn't been announced or presented, but it looks like he could be on the move. So it'll be interesting to see if he plays today. Peter Luger is on the bench, Yaros as well. And then you've got Nialo. Then you've got Tyler Morton, who's also been linked to a move away from the club. Harvey Blair, Lucas Stevenson, and Trey Enoni, who had a fantastic couple of appearances in the USA tour. So it'll be interesting to see if he plays today. So a very young bench. So I'll assume a lot of the players that aren't here will be starting against Las Palmas later on today. Both games are being played at Anfield. It's just that the second fixture will be behind closed doors. But at least we're able to view both games, which is always nice. So right now, there's a moment of silence. So we'll just wait for that to happen. And then, yeah, so interesting line. I'm very excited to see how the team plays today. Obviously, strong rumours linking Zubimendi to the club. I'm not sure if we've had any gatherings, any sort of further developments. I'll quickly check online to see if we do. But as it stands, it looks like he could be the guy that comes in for Liverpool. I will cover a show dedicated to Zubimendi later on today or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow now, because we've got 2 watch-alongs today. So, yeah, I definitely give my thoughts on Zubimendi. It's an interesting signing. I know there's been a lot of sort of reservations with regards to this player. I feel like it's a good sign. I feel like it will work in terms of how Arne Slot wants us to play. I think we all probably wanted a destroyer, but we're probably having the notion of being used to playing Klopp ball, where, you know, Jurgen Klopp plays a certain type of football. We've got a new coach, new vision, new methodology, so it's not going to be the same type of players that we're looking for, so different profile, and it makes sense that we go deep line playmaker. But we'll talk about Zubimendi in more detail in our upcoming show. So yeah, make sure you hit that notification bell, and you've also subscribed if you're new to the channel. The players are gathering in the huddle right now, so they're just having some words before the game begins. But yeah, I'm very excited about this game today. Very, very excited. Just got a couple of comments here from Michi Mitchinson. Says hello to yourself, Michi. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for tuning in. And then his second comment is, I've been stressing about Diaz. I picked him up in my draft FPL, so I've been sweating if he will not play or not. Such a relief to see him in starting 11 today. Yeah, the rumors are they've sort of died down with regards to Luis Diaz. So as it stands, I expect him to be a Liverpool player. I think the sort of the talk that we're getting in the media is probably coming through his agent, as he's been trying to get an improved terms in his contract. So I'm sure that will be resolved by the club, and yeah, I don't expect him to leave in this window. I know Barcelona were heavily linked to him, but they're in a final situation where they can't really afford him at this stage. So yeah, I think let him remain in your FPL team. He should still be a local player. I think so. Yeah, let's see how it goes. And then your third comment: do you think he could be a big player this in terms of Luis Diaz? I think so. I think the last season, the second part especially, I think he was probably one of our better attackers. He was very, very influential in terms of how he played. I think the only thing that was lacking from his side was his goal conversion. He missed quite a few chances. I want to say that ended up being costly, but I just feel like it could have helped with our league position and the ending of games as well. But no, I think he can be a big player. I think it's a big season for him. The last couple of seasons, he's been in and out of the team. Obviously, he had suffered that big injury, and then last year, obviously, he had personal issues with his parents as well. So his season hasn't gone full flowing as such. So hopefully, this is a season where he can put his head down and concentrate. And we've got a new coach now, so it might be a new style of play that might suit him, where it's not going to be as intense. It's going to be more high possession football. So it could suit Diaz. It could also suit Darwin Núñez as well. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see how we play this season under the new coach. So far, so good. We've won all of our preseason games, and the game's underway right now. So yeah, exciting times to be a Liverpool fan. I wouldn't say we're challenging for the title or anything like that. I think once we've made some additions to the squad, we will have a better idea, and then we can kind of set expectations of where we should finish in the season. But as of yet, we've still got preseason games to play. We've got 2 today, and then we can focus on our opening game, which takes place next weekend against Ipswich Town. So it'll be a similar kickoff as today. And then another comment from Mitchy Mitchinson says, "Great, thanks, insight. Thanks. I'm from Australia, so I have to head off for a bit, but I'll tune back in later to see what your thoughts are on him and have been in the first half." No problem, Mitchy. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate your interaction as always. Yeah, so even if you're having to go, just watch this on replay. And yeah, make sure you come along on the other shows that we have coming up soon as well. So yeah, appreciate your engagement today. So as of yet, positive start from Liverpool. High possession football right now. Some lovely, neat passes in the middle of the box. Good to see the big names in the lineup. So we've got Trent back. We've got Van Dijk, McAllister as well. So yeah, good to see these players back. Very intrigued to see how Trent plays today. Does he play the inverted role? Does he play as a traditional fullback? Very interesting. I think his role will be depending on the opposition. It will change based on who we play, I think, during the season. So it won't be a fixated sort of style of play for Trent, just because he's such a great player on the ball. So Kwanzaa the ball right now. Big season for Kwanzaa. I think it's interesting. I think a lot of fans expect him to start ahead of Konate. I actually wouldn't be against that. I think the way he played towards the second half of last season, he just has a bit more composure, I think, on the ball in comparison to Konate. Konate is a fantastic defender, but I feel like Kwanzaa's just grown in terms of his stock, and I feel like the more experience he's gaining, the better he's getting as well. So playing alongside Van Dijk only helps. But he's got a calm presence, which I really like, and he's such a young player, so he's playing beyond his years. So yeah, this could be a big season for him to really stake a claim as a first choice centre back. Obviously, no Joe Matip either, so he's moved on. I think he's been linked with a move to Bayer Leverkusen, which is a good move, to be fair. So yeah, the door's open. We don't have a lot of centre backs. I was analysing the squad the other day, and it's Van Dijk, and then we have Ponsa, Konate, and then Joe Gomez as well. I think Joe Gomez will be utilised more as a centre back this season, unless we sign another player. But I have a feeling that if we sign another player, it might be due to the fact that Joe Gomez leaves the club because he's been linked with a move to Newcastle. Those rumours haven't stopped. Jota fouled in the box there. I don't think it was a foul, to be fair, but he's still on the ground, so that's a slight concern that maybe he's taking a slight knock there. But the game continues. Suso has the ball, tries to play a through ball, unable to find the striker there. Interesting just to play right now. He's dropping deep, which normally he doesn't do, but I feel like that'd be a good trait for him where he can drop deep, pick up the ball, and get involved in a lot more, because whenever he's playing up front, he's normally on the shoulder quite a bit. So yeah, it'll be interesting how he is playing tactically. Just got a comment here from Diogo Jota Season. It says, how do you watch the game for free? So you can sign up to LFC TV Go, and then you can watch the match free on the app there. So if you have LFC TV, it's being streamed on there as well. That's what I'm watching it right now. But if you're unable to do that, you can download the LFC TV Go app, and you can watch the game for free. And you'll be able to watch the Las Palmas game later on this afternoon as well. So it might be worth just downloading that and doing it. You can, I think, sign up on the trial and then watch the preseason games for free. So yeah, definitely worth doing to watch Liverpool in action today. Okay, so fouls Suso there, free kick to Sevilla. Watching Liverpool play in preseason, it makes a lot of sense that we were targeting a deep playmaker, in my opinion. I initially wanted Youssouf Fofana from Monaco, but I think he would have been more suited for the Klopp system rather than the Arne Slot system, as we tend to play more of a double pivot. So you don't really need a destroyer as such. It's more so finding a combination in midfield that works. There will be games where in the double pivot, one will drop deep and one will go box to box, kind of like an old school 4-4-2 formation where one drops deep, one goes forward. So no difference with regards to that. So I feel like that's why we are targeting a player like Zubimendi, where alongside McAllister, it will probably be a good balance. I'd probably always say that I think they're a little bit similar in terms of how they play. The only thing is Zubimendi has more defensive awareness and is better in terms of the defending aspect of a midfield as well. So better at tackling and anticipation. Not the tallest guy, but he's got a very high sort of percentage of like winning headers as well. So I think they'll complement each other quite well. And you know, during the season, if Zubimendi is not available, then McAllister can slot into that role as well. So it's where you've got kind of a ready-made replacement if you need to do that, or if you need to rotate the squad. McAllister can play alongside a Jones or anyone else, or Gravenberch, as he's currently playing right now in midfield. So yeah, I'm excited about the Zubimendi rumors. To be fair, I've purposely not done content just because I got a bit of PTSD from the Caicedo deal last season. So I'm waiting for it to be a bit more official, or I hear an official announcement that an agreement has been made. That's when I'll start doing a show. So hopefully I'll do a show in the coming days. But yeah, Zubimendi, good start. I think if I'm being greedy, I'd like 2 more signings ahead of Zubimendi. I'd like a centre back and I'd like a attacker as well. Carvalho is almost completing a move to Brentford, which kind of came out of the blue. £20 million move plus add-ons, which is a good deal, I think, for both parties, for both player and Liverpool and Brentford. To be honest with you, I think Brentford are getting a good player there. So yeah, so that's another little bit of money in the kitty, transfer kitty. Hopefully, we're able to sign another player ahead of Zubimendi. That 20 million will definitely help with regards to Zubimendi deal. I think it looks like Real Sociedad aren't willing to negotiate a deal. I think they're probably expecting us to just pay that release clause, which is fine. It's 51 million. It's not very high in this day and age. And they're not willing to negotiate with you when they're actually trying to offer better terms to the player to make him stay. So in that case, you just got to pay that release clause and make sure you get the deal done. So yeah, once we get the deal done, then I'll feel a bit more calm, because I feel like that is definitely the area that needed strengthening, whether it was under Klopp or under Slot. That was the formation, the number 6 role. Remains to be seen what happens with Endo. I think Endo still has a future at the club. He might not be Arne Slot's cup of tea in terms of his passing distribution. I think he likes his midfielders to be good on the ball, whereas Endo, who is decent on the ball, don't get me wrong, but I think Arne Slot just wants a different sort of profile, which is a little bit interesting, because we've got Bajtic, who I think can play that role and would be a good understudy for Zubimendi if he was to sign. So I'm not sure about these rumours linking for a loan move away from the club. I think that's paper talk. I don't think Bajtic will leave on loan. I even saw today that Ben Doak is being linked with, or is being listed as a player that could go out on loan with a view of a permanent deal. So for me, that's nonsense as well, because I think Arne Slot's been impressed with Ben Doak when he played in the last fixture. So he's got a big future for Liverpool. I would not even consider selling him. Loan, yeah, that makes more sense, because he's still a young kid, but playing at championship level, for example, would be amazing for his development. And then he'll come back a better player. So that makes more sense. But as a permanent deal, no, that's not even an option whatsoever. So look, Kwanzaa is giving the ball away. Oh my God, what an awful miss there from Ndumbo. Wow, that was a poor mistake there from Kwanzaa. That's part of his game where he needs to be a bit more sort of efficient, a bit more sort of intelligent with his play. Just got caught flat-footed there. But yeah, so far it's all been Liverpool. Good possession from Liverpool. Obviously, that mistake led to an opening for Sevilla, but the execution for that shot was quite shocking. So yeah, miscontrol from Kwanzaa. Needs to improve on his focus there. The shot, I can't even explain how he's hit it the way he's hit. He's just lifted the ball over the bar in very close range, probably just ahead of the penalty spot. It's harder to miss than score in that situation. So yeah, poor miss from Ndumbo, the left winger for Sevilla. But yeah, 14 minutes played, still 0-0 in the game. Sousa's definitely got that move on lock where he cuts in and tries to thread the through ball imminently. Diaz on the ball on the left wing. Oh, tackled there from Tanguy there. Good tackle.
etched into everybody's memories probably for the Europa League win over Liverpool in the infancy of Jurgen Klopp's tenure. So Alexander-Arnold almost starting the feet of Diogo Jota there, and they won the Europa League for the 7th time in Euro in Budapest. But Victor Orta, you might recognise as their sporting director, spent some time at Leeds. He's been doing the hiring and firing at the moment. It was a big summer for them.
Not actually a big team out here over the Spanish League. They're not technically very good. Thick saves. You see that they're on a quick compact. They needed to make saves. You said minutes 14, was it in the last season? That correct compact. Yeah, that's what they're good at.
17 of the games, right? 38 when they played, right? So 14 last season. Before they had 3 fourth place finishes back to back. So it was a real fall off for them. Transitional. Trying to play their way out. They've been caught in a mousetrap there. Almost. Simicast and McAllister.
Suso on the counter attack for Sevilla. Poor control there from Iheanacho. Should have let the ball through him rather than controlling it. Just let it go through your legs and then chase the ball. That would have been the right move to do there. A player that I feel like most of us expected to be sold in the window is Simicast. I actually think he might stay at the club. I think Arnold likes him in terms of his style of play. Because as of yet, I don't feel like the left back will be as inverted as we kind of assumed. I think there'll be certain games where tactically we might set up like that, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in the window. Do we sign a left-sided centre back / left back? I think we should. I think it's still an area that we don't have we don't have that profile in the squad. And a lot of teams in the league have that profile. Probably have multiple options in that sort of role where they've got a left-footed centre back playing at left back. For example, we look at Man City, they've got Ake, they've got Cavadio. Arsenal, they've got Calafiori, who was the one that I wanted for Liverpool, but unfortunately, the recruitment team didn't agree with that. I think that's a missed opportunity. I think he would have been the perfect player. Currently linked with Hincapi of Bayer Leverkusen. I think he'd be fantastic for us. I think for the short term / medium term, he could be playing left back and centre back, but it could be the long term solution or successor to Van Dijk, in my opinion. So an aggressive defender, which I like, especially from an attacking point of view or from a defensive point of view. So I feel like he'll definitely be a good option for us. But let's see. We've got about 3 weeks left of the transfer window, so who knows? Hopefully we'll get some sort of developments. It's been quiet for more or less most of the summer, so it's good that we're being linked. We're hopefully closing on the deal with Mendy. Trent has a free kick, lifts the ball in the box, clear the way there. Trent with the long ball to Salah. Oh, lovely pass from Salah to Jota, but cleared away by Sevilla. Salah's looking good on the right wing. He's not playing as an inside forward. He's actually playing like a traditional right winger, and he just looks comfortable on the ball where he's able to take on the play. But he's very smart with his passing as well. Big season for Mohamed Salah. I've got really high expectations of how he does for us. Big season for everyone in general, but I'm really, really excited to see how Liverpool play. I'm liking the different approach that we have now. This is what was very intriguing for me when we appointed Arne Slot as our new coach, where it's going to be high possession football, but we will be applying counter press in our attacking half. So got a corner kick right now.
attack this ball now as they all scatter in formation.
Corner kick taken.
Alexander Arnold's corner is
Oh, cleared away by the keeper.
right hand up in front of it. Oh, yeah, nine at the
Trent has the balls on the left side. Puts the ball into the box. Simcast concedes a foul there. Just got a comment here from Richard. Big up Richard as always. He says, Hi Ozzy, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum to you as well, Richard. How are you? All good, thank you. Hope you're doing well as well. He says, I'm sorry for what is happening to the Muslim brothers and sisters in the UK. Many thanks. Yeah, it's very, very sad to see. Yeah, I've been away on holiday, but I have been checking on the news and stuff. And yeah, it's very, very sad, but also very disappointing as well that, something happened which, we can't take lightly. Children have been killed, but it's been labeled as a terrorist attack from a Muslim when the person wasn't Muslim. So yeah, it's just, and then we've got all these riots where people, I feel like, are just coming out just to cause havoc for no reason, but it has no relevancy to what actually happened. So yeah, a minority obviously in terms of what's happening, but it's good to see the communities coming together, especially with Liverpool. The mosque over there, they were under attacks, and a lot of the local community in Liverpool support each other. I'm from London, and it's the same here as well in East London and South London. There's been peaceful protests with all types of people from the community showing support to each other. So yeah, hopefully this is just something that fades away. Oh, Sevilla with a long shot. No, say bye. So yeah, very, very sad to see, but hopefully things improve and it's not a long-term thing, because yeah, it's no racism tolerated, and to say people like myself go back to where we came from. I'm from here, I'm born and raised here. So yeah, very, very hard, very, very difficult in terms of what I'm seeing, and there's just no reason for why these things are happening, but it's the world we live in, unfortunately. All you got to do is protect yourself, keep your family safe, and yeah, that's the most important thing I would say. So yeah, thoughts and prayers to everyone, unfortunately, that has been affected by it. And yeah, hopefully things do improve for all of us. And then Luch's second comment is, LFC defenders and squad need to stop making mistakes. If this was a better opponent, we would have been punished. I have the scouts, coaches board, and actually looking at the game properly. Yeah, at the minute, yeah, that I would probably just say it was an individual mistake from Kwan today, giving the ball away. But I think the defenders, they're still getting used to the new tactics being deployed. Oof, Diaz with the shot, just wide there. But in terms of the defense, I think we're just getting used to playing from the back. I know we did that under Jurgen Klopp, but it's more high possession from defenders where they've got to be good on the ball. That's why I'm probably thinking for the season, or for the start of the season, I think Kwanzaa might start ahead of Konate just because he's better on the ball, in my opinion. And if we do go on to sign a defender, it would be someone that is a ball-playing defender. So yeah, it's interesting. But in terms of how we're playing, I've been impressed in terms of the way we're playing, the style, playing, the patience we're playing with as well. One of the things that really irritated me last season was the fact that we were conceding so early. With this sort of more measured and controlled approach, that shouldn't happen too much under Arne Slot. So yeah, at the minute, I'm excited. I'm intrigued by this new style of play. But you're right. Once we play a bit more higher sort of opposition, we'll see how good this sort of style of play is going to be going forward. And yeah, let's see. I'm excited. I'm excited, to be honest. Nice turn there from Mohamed Salah. Pass it on to Jota. Liverpool on the counter attack right now. Salah measuring his pass there to Szoboszlai. To McAllister. Fizzes it across to Tsimikas.
Just catches it up.
And this is the first time we'll be seeing a lot of our first teamers playing with each other as well. So Calister to Kwanzaa.
Everybody's comfortable on the ball for Liverpool. All very comfortable in possession of it. But just showing a bit of frustration there. We couldn't find Soboslai. Runs inside the area. This might be Sevilla's chance to break. Might be like Alexis McAllister around it. And once it's central, gets it now. Good triangles again from Liverpool.
Salah on the ball. Cuts in. Shoots. Whew. Just wide. Very unlucky there for Mohamed Salah.
Then you get your opportunity with the strike from Salah. He's trying to fill in that far corner. Wasn't too far away.
Good effort there from Mohamed Salah. I think the execution was where he needed to apply more finesse and curl in that shot rather than hitting it with power. Because once he hit it with power from that position, it just got sliced away from goal. So good play, positive play from Salah. Just got a comment here from Isaac Jacob Michael. Big up Isaac. He says, I hope Slot should hurry up and sign Gordon and Zubimendi. The Zubimendi one, I definitely agree. The Gordon one, I'm still not convinced by that one, if I'm being honest. In terms of profile, yes, he's a good young player, good pace, and he's got decent end product. I don't think it's a player we need right now, unless Diaz was to depart, for example. But the Zubimendi one, I definitely agree. I think that's the one where, as I mentioned earlier, I got PTSD from the Caicedo deal, so I'm a bit on edge. I need that deal to be wrapped up so I can, calm down and then, think about the next target ahead of that. So once that one's in the bag or through the door, I should say, then I feel like that's one area that we've covered because we don't really have a solid number 6. It's an area we've been trying to recruit for 2-3 years now. So if we get the man, I'll be very, very impressed. I think Zubimendi is a good profile as well. I've done sort of like transfer shows in the past where I've highlighted him as a player. I didn't think it was a realistic option due to the fact of that release clause. And we tend to, spend a bit less. But if it's a profile, 25 years of age, defensive midfielder, can play as a centre mid if required, has been managed by a former Red in Xabi Alonso. So, he'll get a good sort of reference from his former coach if needed. He's rejected moves, but he clearly likes the appeal of joining a club like Liverpool, and he's probably enticed by the project coming ahead. So far it's not official, but we're hearing that it could be the next or the first deal coming in place. So yeah, I'm intrigued by how it comes up, to be fair. Simicast with the free kick. Salah to Trent. Trent lifts the ball in the box. Oh, what a finish! Wow, what a finish by Jota there. Outrageous goal there. Wow, this is why I want Jota to be starting for Liverpool, but it's not really about the quality. It's just the guy needs to stay fit. He's always injured. So if he can stay injury-free, wow, we've got a great chance of having a good season. Great cross there from Simicast, headed away. And Salah passes to Trent. First time pass. Jota, a left foot volley. Wow, that is a unbelievable finish. The technique, sweetly hit. That's a pure finish there. I feel like if you play football, when you hit a shot in that manner, you know the ball's going into the back of the net without even looking at where the ball's going. Just because of the execution, the technique there. Fantastic goal. So yeah, 1-0 up to Liverpool. Amazing finish there from Diogo, as we all like to call him as well. So yeah, very, very good to see that finish there. Players having a drink break, so we'll go through the comments now. Richard says, what do you think about Zubimendi and Mamadashvili? So Zubimendi, I think for me originally, and you've probably seen me speak about this on previous shows, Richard, I've always wanted a sort of like a destroyer in our formation, where someone that can play the ball but is predominantly defensive minded. But I think that might be due to the fact that we've been used to watching Klopp all these years. It's the only way, sort of like we're used to seeing how our team plays. But we've got a new coach that has new ideas, new way of playing. So that might not fit his profile, where yes, he needs a number 6, but he needs a different type of number 6. So from the preseason games that we played so far, it makes a lot of sense that we're looking for someone that is a ball playing number 6 rather than a complete combative sort of number 6 that, you know, is an enforcer and is there to like make tackles and put their presence known to the opposition. So the profiles of Mendy makes perfect sense. I don't think there's a lot of players available that will be able to recruit. I think he's probably the best one out there, if I'm being honest. So I'm excited by this one. I think there's similarities to McAllister in terms of how he plays, but he's a bit more defensive minded. So I feel like them two playing as a double pivot or as a midfield combination would work really well. So the Zubimendi one, I'm excited by it. I know a lot of fans are still not convinced. I think he will fit the way Arne Slot wants to play, and that is the key. It's not really about my preference, you know. I will obviously confirm about players that I think will fit into our play, but because we've got a new coach, new system, new way of playing, it's still for a bit of sort of like unfamiliar territory for us because we haven't played a competitive game as of yet. So once we see how we play under Arne Slot, we'll be able to identify potential targets in the future with a bit more of a clear vision. Because right now, I think my targets are probably based on what I've used to seeing Klopp play in over the last 9 years. So, but yeah, I think that would be a good sign. In terms of Mamadashvili, good goalkeeper. I was very impressed in terms of how he performed in the Euros. Before the Euros, I was aware of him. Didn't really see much of him play, if I'm being brutally honest. Good shot stopper, young up-and-coming keeper. Strange in terms of the rumors. They're saying that we might sign him and then loan him out, which, you know, makes sense. But then it also brings a bit of uncertainty, in terms of Alisson's future at the club. Is he staying this season or is he staying for one more season and is departing? Because I feel like if we do sign him and then we loan Mamadashvili out for a season, I think that paints the picture that Alisson could be leaving next season. But as a replacement, it'll be good. But at the same time, Keller might be knocking on the saying, why can't I just be the number one ahead of Alisson departing in the future? So I do like him. I think if I was to identify a goalkeeper for Liverpool, I think he'll definitely be on top of the list. Is it an area we need right now? I wouldn't say we do, to be honest with you, but it might just be future-proofing the squad, where maybe he's available now and it's probably better for us to sign him rather than let him have another good season for Valencia and then his stock rise. So let's see. But in terms of the profile, I do like both players. Let's see how it goes. Another comment from Richard said, what trophies will we win and position we will finish in the league in the upcoming season? So for me, I'm going to not present too much sort of a high expectation because it's a new coach, so it's a new way of playing. So I feel like we could have an amazing system, but I feel like the expectations need to be lowered and a bit more realistic. So for me, I'd be happy with a top 4 finish, and a domestic trophy, I think, would be a good season. That would be for me in terms of the minimum under Arne Slot, because we've got the players. The players are more than capable. If we can make a couple of additions, even better. So as of yet, I'll probably say a top 4 finish and a domestic trophy would be a good season. Having said that, once the transfer window closes, I'll be able to analyze the league in better shape, see who the other clubs have signed and who Liverpool have hopefully signed as well. So I'll be doing a thorough Premier League prediction show just after the window. I know a lot of content creators do predictions now. I could do that as well and give you a prediction in terms of who finishes top 4, who finishes in the league. But for me, it wouldn't be a true indication because there's a lot of business that needs to be done. And I feel like this summer in particular, teams will be recruiting a lot more from now on, just because, players have been participating in Copa America and the Euros. They've not really had the opportunity to talk to players and get deals done. So deals are going to be flying through right now. As you can probably tell, the rate is quite high. You've got Gallagher going to Atletico Madrid and all sorts. So a lot of deals are taking place right now. West Ham have been busy signing Somerville and Fulkrug as well. So yeah, a lot of deals will be happening. So I've got some transfer talk shows lined up next week. So we'll have a lot to discuss in the coming days. And then Alex says they are all good. I think that's in reference to Gordon and Zubimendi. Yeah, I definitely agree in terms of Zubimendi being a good player. I think he would fit the bill fantastically. Gordon, I'm just not convinced because of the transfer fee, and I just feel like it's not an area that needs to be strengthened. I feel like when we support Liverpool, we don't just splash the cash for no reason, right? So it needs to be where if we're signing someone, that person needs to be ready now. Mohamed Salah, through on goal. Oh, he tries to dink it past the goalkeeper. It kind of felt like it was a half shot, half pass towards Jota because Jota was going through. I mean, he just tried to hit it forward into the danger zone or towards the goal and see what happens. But yeah, very unlucky. To be fair, the Sevilla player did fantastic there to make the block. Nianzo there, so well done to him. So there's a corner kick to Liverpool right now. In terms of next one from Richard, this is owners and board decision to put funds and accept these transfers. Yeah, definitely. I think the Carvalho deal was an interesting one that it just kind of came out of the blue. Good deal, I think, to be honest with you. 20 million plus add-ons. Hopefully there's a sell-on clause as well, because I feel like Carvalho could be one of those players where if he really flourishes and finds a team that plays on his skill set, I think he could be a good player. So look at Solanke. We bought him for 90 million. Sold him for 19 million. Now he's being bought by Tottenham for 65 million. We're getting a percentage. We're getting around 9 million from that transfer deal. So when we sign these young players, we definitely got to add those release clauses. Those sell-on clauses. It definitely helps future-proof for our investment in players in the future. So yeah, definitely agree in regards to your point there. And yeah, the owners, they need to be a bit more efficient in terms of their sort of funding as well. But at the same time, I understand that we can't just splash the cash. Luis Diaz, what a goal from Lucho there! Very, very good play there from Liverpool. Lucho playing with a lot of confidence today. I think he's definitely bringing that Colombian form back to Anfield today. He's been a constant menace on that left wing. Good play from Jota. Finds Diaz. Diaz very direct. Sometimes with Diaz, he overplays in those situations. That time round, very smart. Found his angle, got half a yard, applied the shot, smashed it in the top bin. What a finish it was. So yeah, great goal there from Liverpool. 2-0 so far. And then Isaac said, it's my wish to finish at top. It's our wish as well. But at this stage, I can't say it with chest that we'll win the league or we'll finish top. but we'll definitely be in the mix. It will just depend on how the team sort of settles or how the team respond to Arne Slot's tactics. As of yet, it looks very positive. The players, whenever you've seen an interview with them recently, pre-season, they're speaking so highly of the coach. They're enjoying their training sessions, different to what they've probably what they've done under Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, it's exciting times. We just got to enjoy the ride. I think in terms of the season, because I feel like teams, especially rival teams, are concerned about Liverpool. I think Liverpool fans, I'm probably just speaking for myself here, I'm a little bit more reserved in terms of how I'm saying what the season holds for us, because I feel like I've got expectations for the team, but at the same time, you got to be realistic as well, where it's like the odds would be against us to win the league straight away under a new coach, but you never know. You never know. It's happened in the past. Antonio Conte did it with Chelsea. So it can happen where a new manager comes in and they do it in the first season. Let's see. I feel like once we sign a few players, I'll be a bit more positive. But I definitely think we'll be challenging for the title, and I think we'll be finishing top 4. I can definitely say that with some confidence. Richard said Jota scored. Yeah, I think I probably just had the delayed footage there. But yeah, thank you for that comment, Richard. Yeah, 1-0. And Isaac says, in my opinion, Salah, Nunez, Gakpo, Diaz should be put into a good partnership. It could work. It could work. That is definitely an option. But I expect Slot to rotate these players more so. They can in this sort of 4-2-3-1 formation, it can work because you can play Gakpo as a number 10, and then you've got Diaz, Nunez, and Salah. But for me, I feel like Gakpo is just better as a left winger. That's just my opinion. I think that is his best position. That's his natural position. Playing as a number 10, as a number 9, he can do a good job. But I just feel like he's just better. He's more instinctive in that left wing role. So there will be games, definitely in terms of like second half games where we need a goal. You'll see a lot of these players come on in full flow like that. Nunez, big season for Nunez. I'm intrigued to see how Jota does, because the goal he scored today is a sign, that he's definitely the best finisher in the club, in my opinion. So, yeah. The good thing about us, we have a lot of great options in our attacking front. So that's probably why I think the club might not focus on signing an attacker in this window. I would love if they do. I feel like because Carvalho's gone as well, there's still a position for someone to take. And also with Harvey Elliott, I think he'll be deployed more in a number 10 role rather than right wing. I think he'll still play right wings at time, but I think he'll be more so as a number 10. But yeah, I think the players you mentioned there, the big season for them all. I really hope they flourish with this new approach. Richard says, Man City and Arsenal look solid. The other team will be improving, like Villa, United, others. We can't stand still. We need to improve, strengthen, score more goals in different areas, and stop making mistakes. So, in terms of our squad, I didn't expect us to recruit heavy. I think for us, there's always a number 6, a centre back, and an attacker. I think we'll probably. I can't say with too much confidence. I think the Zubimendi deal will happen. I would love for us to get a defender, but my gut's saying I don't think we will get one for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like if someone departs, then we would get someone. I still feel like we're centre back short of having a really solid back line. So I'm hoping we get a centre back and an attacker. I think we all want I personally want an understudy for Mohamed Salah. So yeah, that could definitely be an option, but we'll see. But I think for us, it's important to just focus on how we play and how we conduct ourselves. In terms of transfer business from other teams, you've got Manchester United, who's always going to spend money, but are they spending money on the right players? Generally, that is not the case. This year, I think they're being a bit more strategic. But having said that, they've signed players where, like, OZZWRLD is a good player in my opinion, but that would have been the profile that I think they should have signed. I think they should have signed an accomplished finisher up top, because now you've got two young strikers fighting for that number 9 role. So that's one I feel like, they maybe saw an opportunity in a young player there, but I think, give me a second, Liverpool on the counter-attack again. So OZZWRLD to Luis Diaz, 3-0. Fantastic play from OZZWRLD, and this is what I want from OZZWRLD. I want him to use his power and use his pace in these counter-attacks, drive with the ball, whether he takes shot from long distance or threads through balls like that. That's the OZZWRLD I saw for Red Bull Leipzig. That's the OZZWRLD I want to see in the Liverpool shirt. So in this new role where he's playing as a number 10, he'll have a bit more freedom. I feel like it will really suit him. So great play there from OZZWRLD. Probably could have scored there himself, but unselfishly pass it to Lucho, and he hits the back of the empty net. So great play for Liverpool. And, we might not be playing, to a very intense speed and level, but I'm still enjoying the way we're playing right now. We're playing with great possession, great ideas, quick passing is really, really nice to watch, really easy on the eye. So, hey, I'm positive. Let me know what you guys think. I'm positive in terms of how we're playing at the minute. But sorry, back to your question, Richard. City and United, I wouldn't say they look solid. City have just sold Alvarez, so they'll need to recruit someone for that. I think the link that's been going around is Eze would come in to replace him. I like Eze. I think Eze is a fantastic player, so that'll be an interesting one for Man City. Arsenal, they signed Calafiori, but they still look vulnerable in parts of the pitch. I think the left side is still weak. I think they're lacking someone to provide the goals. They don't really have a talisman up top. The left wing role, despite Trossard, scoring good amount of goals last season, Martinelli was not there. So Sevilla have a shot there from Sousa. Was it Sousa? No, it wasn't Sousa. But yeah, that is the last kick of the game. Or should I say the first half? Liverpool 3, Sevilla 0. I'll just go through some of these comments. I'll take a short break and then we'll come back and talk tactics, and we'll begin with the second half as well. So no, I think for us, we need to just focus on ourselves, forget about what other teams are doing in terms of their recruitment. Liverpool already have a very strong squad, in my opinion. We just need to make a few tweaks here and there, and I think we'll be ready to go again. So big season ahead of us. In terms of signings from other clubs, nothing's worrying me right now, to be honest with you. So the Zubimendi one is definitely giving a lot of rival fans concerns, and that's how it should be. So yeah, let's see what happens with Liverpool. And Richard is providing the scores there. So Richard said 3-0. Please give analysis, players review halftime and break down halftime. So yeah, I'll be back very, very shortly, and then I'll talk some tactics and then player reviews, and I'll give you a breakdown of the game as well. So yeah, just give me a few minutes and we'll come back and discuss the game in more details. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the live watch along. Still half time, so what we'll do now, we'll quickly give you a breakdown of the game so far, and I'll give you my sort of insight in terms of the player performances. So, as of yet, I've been very impressed with Liverpool this first half. I've been impressed with the way we played, the level of high possession as well. It's very easy on the eye. It's really good to watch. You can tell Arne Slot's been influenced by Barcelona over the year, the tiki taka, just the way we're playing. Um, but no, so far so good. We haven't been very aggressive or on the front foot, but in this sort of game, you don't really need to play in that manner. So I've been impressed with terms of how the team have played. There've been some good performances so far. In terms of a breakdown of each player, so quickly, I can just give you a sort of intake into what I think. So Alisson, he's been solid so far. We all know how good he is on the ball, so it's really good to see sort of how he's playing with his feet. It looks comfortable, so yeah, definitely made for this Arne team. Trent's been good as well. His set pieces have been decent. Provided the assist for the Jota goal as well. Fantastic track from Jota, by the way. Kwanzaa has done okay. Made the error that led to the opening for Sevilla to break the deadlock. Thankfully, the attacker wasn't wearing shooting boots because he hit the ball way off the mark and above the bar. Van Dijk's been solid. He hasn't done anything sort of spectacular or, hasn't done his traditional diagonal passes for me to say, oh, this is prime Van Dijk. I feel like he's just getting into the rhythm of preseason in his first game. So, yeah, he's just getting his fitness levels ready. But he's playing at a good level anyway. Simicast has been impressive, bombing down that left-hand side. Very good on the ball. Helped in terms of the free kick that led to that goal in the first half. McAllister has been slightly quiet for me. I would like him to be involved a little bit more in terms of the way he's playing. A bit more forward passes, a lot of sideways passes. So I think that this needs to change going forward. Groundberg, he's been quiet as well. I'd like him to get involved a little bit more. He hasn't done anything, in any errors or anything like that. Just I feel like he's not been on the ball as much. So probably needs to be a bit more available and carry the ball a few times as well. Doesn't need to always play sideways passes. Can, think a bit more forward and try and lay off the balls to the attackers. So I feel like, yeah, he's been a bit quiet. So Boslai provided that assist for that Diaz goal just before halftime. He's playing with energy today, very quick with his passing. So I feel like he's enjoying this new style of play. And then the front three, I think they're all doing fantastic. Salah looks very comfortable in that right wing, but he's so measured in terms of his passing and his distribution. He's playing at a different level from what we've seen over the years. Over the years, he's more of a goal threat. Now he's still a goal threat, but he's more of a playmaker now. So he's got that sort of additional armor to his sort of artillery there. So yeah, I'm very, very impressed with how he's played so far. Just missing the goal to sort of top off his great performance. Jota, that volley was, yeah, outrageous. Something you see in a video game more than anything else. Really, really good finish. I've been impressed with his all-round play as well, to be honest. He's dropping deep, trying to collect the ball. So his link-up play, which I feel like has improved in the last 12 to 18 months. So he's definitely adding that to his locker, and I feel like he's trying to deploy that a lot more. So, yeah, he's definitely trying to make a stake in this team as the main man, the main striker. I'd start him ahead of Nunes. That's my personal choice. Whether that happens in the future remains to be seen. But in terms of his finishing, yeah, you can't question it. Unbelievable strike there. And Diaz is bringing his Colombian form into this game. And yeah, it's up with 2 goals there. The first goal, spectacular strike into the top bins, and the second was an empty net. But they all count. 2 goals to his name, and I feel like he's probably been a better player. I would say probably man of the match as it stands. Obviously, the match is not complete, but I feel like he's definitely been one of our standout players. And I've also been impressed with Jota and Salah. So front three working well as a collective, which is great to see. And yeah, in terms of, got a few comments here. Let me see. So 089C man, big up to your services. That is the Reds. Fire emojis. We want more Banzai fighting true football. I'm loving it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying it as well. The more the merrier. This is the type of football that we haven't really seen at Liverpool, but I'm enjoying it. Just because we're not playing heavy metal football doesn't mean it's not good football. This football, I'm loving it. I like this high possession play of playing. Got more of a patience in terms of how we play. So it will probably suit a lot of our players in the squad. So yeah, I'm enjoying it just as much as you are. And then Richard says, what do you want in the second half? Lineup and prediction. Las Palmas, yes, Las Palmas as well. We're playing later on. So in terms of what I want in the second half, I want us to continue. I don't want there to be too many wholesale changes because these players, I don't expect them to play in the second game. I could be wrong. Let's see how it goes. But in terms of the second half, the player that I'd like to see come on, and he really impressed me in the Real Betis game, particularly, is Trey Enoy. I feel like I'll be very interested to see how he plays. He really looked head and shoulders above everyone when he came on. I'm interested to see Tyler Morton as well. I like to see Bajtic get some game time. And I like to see Joe Gomez play centre back as well. Maybe come in for Kwanzaa. Because I do feel like he'll be playing centre back a lot more this season than full back. He'll definitely be utilised in a full back role. But I feel like in terms of if you got to put a label to his position, it will be centre back more so than anything else. So yes, I'd like to see Gomez, Bajtic, Enoy, and Tyler Morton as well. More so Bajtic and Enoy. I want to see them play. And then Gomez, just for him to get used to playing centre back again. I really hope we don't sell him. I know he's been linked to a move away from the club. I think he's such a useful player to have. Very reliable as well. Can play in so many different roles. And when you're playing in different competitions, you need a player like that in your squad that can help out the team. Whether it's from the start or during the game, he'll be perfectly suited in terms of how he play. So I really hope he stays. I don't think it won't make sense to sell him, but that's just my opinion. It's got a few more comments here. From Mitchie says, I see my boy Diaz scored twice. Yes, he did. The first goal, got to check out. Spectacular finish. I'd love to hear that. And then we've got Jay Kismet. He says, bless, bro. You'll never walk along top first half. Yeah, top first half indeed. I was very impressed. Very impressed in terms of how we're playing. It's at Anfield as well, so it just makes it extra sweet in terms of the level of play. And Sevilla, they're probably not the best team. Or, you can kind of tone it down as much as you want. They're still a good team. They're still a team that plays good football. And for me, we just look like head and shoulders above them, controlling the game. I remember a lot of these players have just come back from holiday, so they haven't really played that many games. They probably had a few training sessions, and that's it, to be fair. So it's good to see the players in action, playing together. Trent's role is interesting. He's not really inverting as much. And I don't mind that. I prefer him to play like a right back, the way he did when he broke into the team, where he's bombing down that right-hand side. And I feel like that will suit his skill set a lot more. There will be games where he might need to invert, but it's not necessary. When you've got midfielders like McAllister who can control to an extent. And I also feel like when we have a player like Zubimendi, you've got someone that will protect the back four, but also cover ground for when the fullbacks go forward. So I feel like it's going to be a very interesting season. I'm excited, obviously, watching this game today even more so. We've got a second game later on this afternoon. Ipswich Town is literally 6 days away. So yeah, very, very excited about the season. And then Richard said, we stand with the Muslim brothers and sisters. You'll never walk alone. Big up, Richard. Appreciate your support and your comment as always. And Jake Smith agreeing with my comments there. So looks like the second half is set to be underway. Let me check if there's any changes to the lineup from what I can see. No changes as of yet from either team. Szoboszlai set to take the kickoff. There you go. Game's begun. No surprise actually in terms of no substitution because I don't expect these players to play in the Las Palmas games. So the players that we're probably expecting to see later on this afternoon will be Kelleher. Roberts is not available from what I remember, so I don't think he'll play. It could be where Joe Gomez plays it, so he might get a few minutes here, but he'll probably be starting in that game. And then you've got Kanate, you've got Vandenberg, you've got Conor Bradley, so that'd be your back four. And in midfield, you'll have Endo, you'll have Curtis Jones, and then you'll have Harvey Elliott, I think, playing that sort of like right-sided / number 10 role. And then up top, you'll have Gakpo on the left. Nunes is back, so hopefully we get to see Nunes today. So Nunes maybe leading the line. And then don't expect Carvalho to be involved because obviously that deal's agreed, so he shouldn't be in the squad. So maybe Ben Doak on the right wing there. So maybe I'll just predicted the lineup there. That's what I would do anyway. So let's see what the lineup is for Las Palmas. Still a strong team. And then you've got the other young players available from the bench as well. So that would be my formation for the second game. Remains to be seen if I'm correct. But as it stands, Liverpool 3-0 up against Sevilla. Second half underway. Szoboszlai, long ball towards Diaz. I feel like he maybe should have tried to find Jota there. The ball was there to Fred, but yeah, he didn't think it was the right path. Maybe Diogo Jota was slightly offside. I'm not sure, but I feel like the pass was there. Van Dijk has the ball. Trent tries to pass Szoboszlai, just a yard away from him. Salah. Van Dijk covering the right side of centre back for Kwanzaa. Yeah, commentators referring to Kwanzaa's performance. I don't think he's done anything wrong. It was just that one mistake, but generally he's been very tidy in his play. So he's a young player. He's going to make mistakes. It's very natural. Let's not forget, the young defender. So this is his time to learn and develop. And the key as well, when these young players make mistakes, not to hound them too much. You've got to be a bit more understanding as fans and put context into, the situation. But as a Liverpool fan base, I think we're generally quite level-headed. We don't really go too harsh on our youngsters in that manner. And plus, this is a friendly game. So this is more about fitness and finding your rhythm for the season, which obviously takes place next week. So yeah, obviously it's nice to win these games. We haven't lost a piece in the game as of yet. Which I can't remember the last time that's ever happened. We've normally always drawn or had a shocking defeat here and there against a random team from the Scandinavia or something. So, but yeah, very, very impressive to how we're playing. And I think, we have to give Jurgen Klopp a bit of credit in terms of the players that he recruited last year, because the midfield needed a complete revamp. We had a lot of tired legs in that department, and he signed technicians in our team. So the likes of McAllister, Szoboszlai, and these players are able to flourish in any kind of system. They can play the system that Klopp deployed, but they can also play in this whole system where it's high position and actually suits their skill set more than anything else. So our team's a lot more technical, than it was probably a few years ago, where we had a lot of players that were industrious in their play, so hardworking players that covered ground for other elements of our team, the players that had in product like the Trents and the attackers in terms of Salah and Firmino and Mane in those times. So no, I feel like Klopp's left Arne Slot in a good position with these technical players, and that can easily adjust to the tactics. So that's why I'm not too surprised in terms of how quickly the team have played in this manner. It's not that dissimilar to how Klopp plays. It's just less intense and it's more calculated and more measured in terms of how you play. The passing is a bit more, I'd say more short passes than long passes, which is a good thing to see as well, in my opinion. But it's always good to have a bit of variation where, for example, a Van Dijk long pass can be utilized to unlock a defense. So it always depends on position, but it's all about high position. Always make sure you got the ball, kill them with passes, which is the famous quote as what we've heard from Arne Slot in terms of his training sessions there. So a lot of journalists have said that's something that he kept on alliterating in those sessions, where kill them with passes, and that's probably the way we're going to play going forward, which excites me. It's the modern way of playing, and we've got the players to deploy our system. Lovely ball from Trent to Diaz, tries to lay it off to Salah there, but just slightly added too much weight on that final pass there. Unselfish play there from Lucho. Trent lifts the ball to Szoboszlai. Trent, oh no, sorry, Gravenberch. He cuts in, he shoots. Unlucky there. Blocked by the Sevilla defender, but it looks like he may have injured himself holding his ankle there. Apologies, I mentioned that Sevilla didn't have any changes. They made a lot of changes. So they brought on Carmano, Gudelj, Lucky Bacchio, Peque, Montiel, the Argentinian right back there, Jibril Sal, Eduque, Flores, and Cruz as well. So they made some wholesale changes. I can see Jibril Sal on my screen right now. Lovely play there from Trent. Just too much fizz on that pass from Luis Diaz to Salah. Unlucky there. But we're playing some good football. I can't lie. It's very neat, very tidy. It's not 100 miles per hour, but it's still levels in terms of how we're playing. Just to use an analogy, it's kind of like with Jurgen Klopp, the style of play would be like driving a Lamborghini. But with this one, it's probably like driving an Aston Martin, where it's a bit more classy, but you still got the speed to really hit those gears if you need to. So yeah, we're playing a good level of football right now. I'm enjoying it. The GK on the ball for Sevilla. Sevilla definitely a little bit more direct. Oh, Allison with the first time pass. Just too much power there. But great vision there from our goalkeeper. Oh, great turning from the GK. Past Trent Alexander-Arnold. So with the shot. Jibril Sal, the shot that's saved by Allison with complete ease straight at him. Just got a comment here from Richard. He says, we start play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, or mixture of different system formation, which different team playing the upcoming season in EPL, UCL, EFL, and FA Cup. I need to insight, conclusion, recommendation, and options. So, in terms of the formation, it will never be a static formation, in my opinion. I think it will be presented as a 4-3-3, but I think there will be alterations in the game depending on the opposition as well. So, with a sort of like a flat three midfield, it will be where it could be played like a flat three, or it could be switched over to a 2 and a 1. So two midfielders and a number 10, or it could be a single pivot with 2 number 8s. So it will just be depending on the opposition. The good thing of our midfielders, they can kind of function in all roles, whether as a 6, as an 8, or as a number 10. So that's a good thing with our players. And I think a lot of the players can switch from a number 8 to a 10, or if they're a number 6, they can also play as a number 8. So that's why OZWRLD is probably key into the way we're playing, because we don't really have, apart from Endo, a real number 6. So with Endo, so just to break it down, so in terms of our number 6 profiles in our squad, it would be Endo, Bajtic, and it would be OZWRLD if and when he signs, hopefully. And then the number 8s would be Gravenberch, McAllister. McAllister can play number 6, but I'd like, with OZWRLD coming in, I'd like McAllister to be as a number 8. So McAllister, Gravenberch, Jones, Szoboszlai, or actually Szoboszlai more of a 10. So those 3, I would say, are your sort of number 8 profiles, and then the number 10 profiles are Szoboszlai and Harvey Elliott. So Tyler Morton might still have a future at the club, but as of yet, I think he will probably be sold. That is just my inkling. I don't think he'll remain at the club. I don't think he'll stay on loan either. If he does stay, he'll just be a squad player, in my opinion. So yeah. So you've got a lot of players there that can play in different midfield roles and play to a good standard as well. So I think it'll be a 4-3-3, but altered to a 4-2-3-1 during games and during transitions. And yeah, so I think it will depend on the opposition. It won't just be where we play 4-3-3 in the Premier League, we play 4-2-3-1 in the Champions League, and we play 4-4-2 in the FA Cup. It will just be depending on the opposition. So, and I feel like nowadays in modern football, systems and formations, they can become sort of irrelevant when the game's been played, because players tend to find pockets, and that is how they influence the game as well. So it might be small tweaks that Arne Slot sees in the game, and it's like, you know what, you need to be moved over here. So it'll just be based on how we play. So and you can tell he's a proper coach, because that is the way he's going to deploy his teams. He's going to analyze every little detail to try and get the best from the team and try and get the rewards from it as well. So no, I think it'll be very interesting. I think it will be less predictable. I think under Jurgen Klopp, we were quite predictable in terms of how we played. It will normally be a 4-3-3, and if we're trailing or if we're looking for a goal towards the second half, it will end up being like a 4-2-4, just to try and get a goal. So it was quite predictable in terms of how we played. With this, I think we'll play different formations. Certain players will be in different roles during the game. So if you're a fullback, they might become inverted fullbacks. If you're a right side number 8, you might play on the right wing, allow the right winger to come as an inside forward. So there's a lot of variation to how the team can play going forward. So for me, formation, yes, on paper that's how it will be, but it will change in the course of the game, but also in the course of the season as well. So yeah, lots to look forward to in terms of how we're going to play going forward. Playing a different type of football now, but it's still easy on the eye, but it's still very attack minded, which is the key. It's not like we've got a coach that has defensive sort of responsibilities or defensive sort of vision in terms of how the team should play. We're not playing like a 5-4-1, formation. Oh, Van Dijk with the header there. Straight at the keeper. So no, I know for a lot of fans it's unfamiliar territory because we haven't seen the team play a competitive game under Arne Slot. But from what we've seen in pre-season, it's a good indication that we'll be playing to a good level. We'll probably be rivaling Man City in terms of how we play as well. So some fans might not like that. The neutral fan will be like, Jurgen Klopp brought a different brand of football. It was unique. It wasn't the same as what you expect from other teams. But the modern day of playing is high possession, quick passes, quick movement. It's just the way football is nowadays. So I feel like the way Arne Slot's presenting his team, it's the right way, and it will definitely benefit some players that are naturally aggressive. But when you have a system that is sort of focused on being too aggressive, then you can kind of take a little edge off their game. So like Núñez, for example, I think he was so driven in terms of that causing chaos to opposition. He lost sort of his sense in terms of where to be positioned because he was offside quite a lot of times, and he wasn't really in tune with the team, and especially from an attacking point of view. So with a bit more of a patient build-up, it allows them to play their natural game. So I think the signs are good right now. I wouldn't go and say we're going to become champions, but I feel like it's positive in terms of how we're playing. And if you're not convinced yet, I'll just say give it time. Be patient in terms of how the coach wants to deploy his tactics going forward. And yeah, just enjoy the ride. It should be a good season for us. We've beaten Arsenal and Manchester United. I know the preseason game, but we've still beaten them. So it's still important that we get the upper hand against our rivals. And rival fans are worried. If you're on social media, you'll see that they are worried. So making some substitutions here. So Alisson's coming on for Jaros, the Czech Republic goalkeeper there. Luis Diaz is coming off after playing an hour. Great performance from him today. 2 goals to his name. And he's being replaced by Nioni, who was fantastic in that Real Betis game. Really, really impressive in terms of how he played. So I'm intrigued to see how he does today. So based on the player that just come on, I believe Szoboszlai will go off and play on the left wing. And Nioni, will come into midfield, occupying that left side number 8 role. So it'd be good to see actually how Szoboszlai plays on the left wing, because that is actually the role that he played at Red Bull Leipzig. So he'll definitely be an option for the wing. So he can play as an 8, as a 10, as a winger, left or right, to be honest with you. So this is why it's so important to sign players that are multifunctional and technical and are able to adapt to different roles. I know, for example, a lot of us fans wanted a number 6, but you can't just sign a number 6. It has to be someone that can play in a single pivot, in a double pivot, and benefit the players around them as well. So that's why I think Zubimendi would be a good signing, because he can play as a 6, can play as an 8, can play as a lone 6, can also play in a double pivot. So, and can even play as a number 8 if required. So that's the reason why he's the profile. He's the reason that's the reason why we're targeting him this window. So hopefully we get some good news later on today. But as of yet, nothing's been agreed. The rumor is that he's agreed to move to the club, but I haven't heard it from a reliable source. So hopefully we'll get a Joyce Bomber later on today, or an Ornstein one, because those are the 2, I would say, respected journalists in this country. And then you've got Fabrizio Romano as well. So let's see. But as it stands, it's 3-0 to Liverpool. 64 minutes being played. I think so far in the second half, Sevilla have been on the ball a lot more. Liverpool probably taking the foot off the gas a little bit, which is fine. But then this is a sort of team where we might be playing as oppositions that play with the ball a lot more, or if it's, for example, if this is like an away fixture, we'll have to adapt to certain style of plays as well. So we might have to play on the counter attack. So this is still a good exercise for the team to, you know, we're not always going to have high possession. We have to be smart in terms of when we don't have the ball, how we press and how we retrieve the ball in order to start attacks. Sounding guys with the ball there. Lujuke looks an interesting player, very skillful. Oh, what a goal from Sevilla. Nice finish there from Pepe. Lujuke looks like a talent, I'm not going to lie. He looks very, very good to how he's playing.
Liverpool substitute goalkeeper and Sevilla with some hope for 2-1.
That's all. Could Giles have done better there? I don't think. No, he hit the post and then nothing on the goalkeeper there. Good finish there from Pepe. You got to give credit to the opposition when they've executed a nice goal.
Liverpool just have to increase the gear changes a bit quicker. That wasn't the one that they're so excited about at Sevilla. I'm wearing 21 for them.
Nice pass there from Nioni there. Simicast number up top. Oh, what a goal from Nioni. Wow, what a finish. Yeah, I didn't see a replay. What a finish that was. This young player looks like a talent. Van Dijk pushing him around. What a talent. Beautiful technique. Perfectly executed. Let's have a look. Head it down and then lovely goal. Lovely finish. How old is he? 15, 16? I'm not gonna lie, I think he's gonna make some cameos for us this season. Looks impressive.
It's just been interesting to watch his progression since then. He's come through with a blast of Liverpool youngsters.
Just got a comment here from Richard. He said Liverpool 4, Sevilla 1. Need to stop making mistakes, stop going too low gear, defend better, fight, press. Younger look good. I think we're doing all right, to be honest with you. We're not really making mistakes. I think with that goal, it was just good play from the winger. Yeah, maybe it needs to be a bit more tight in terms of the defending there. But with these preseason games, because they make so many wholesale changes, it's like they won't be heavily focused on the opponent as such, because there's so many players that have come on. I think Sevilla made about 9 changes. Well, a high volume of changes anyway. So, but no, the player that's come on, he's had a very positive impact in the game. And the finish, you can't take credit away from Pepe. He's literally curled it around the defender, posting in. Yeah, it's a good finish. So I wouldn't say it's any worry or concern. It's preseason. It's not like, you know, you're not having players conceding silly mistakes or anything like that. It's just defending wasn't quite there. Maybe not tight on the wing as he should have been. But no concerns. I think just it's more about trying to find your fitness and your rhythm in this game. Liverpool have a corner kick right now. Through Simicast. Header there from, I think it was Kwanzaa. looping header. No real danger to the goalkeeper there. And the finish, yes. Nioni looks, what a finish it was. Yeah, he looks a player. But we got to like manage him properly as well. We can't just burn him out because he looks like a top talent. I think he will make a lot of cameos for us this season. I think definitely cup games, the FA Cups and the League Cups, he'll definitely be partaking in those. And you might even see him in the odd Premier League game here and there as well. Looks a talent. But yes, it's not urgent for him to break in the team. Continues playing this manner, learns in the under 21s. I think he'll be fantastic for his development. So yeah, even if he's not, do you know what? I don't even know if he plays under 21s. So I'd probably move him up if he doesn't. I think he plays for under 18s or 19s. So move him up a level if the coach staff thinks ready. Lovely ball from Trent. Mohamed Salah tries to lift the ball above the keeper, but unfortunately the ball hits the keeper's chest. But Liverpool still have the ball through Salah. Salah to Jota. Oof, Jota far from behind there. Keeper gives a free kick to Liverpool. Yeah, that's a bit of a sore one. But Jota should be fine. Looks like Liverpool are making a few substitutions. I don't know if they're coming as of yet, but I can see them standing on the sidelines. Went for the game to resume. Trent looks like he's up, stepping up to take the free kick. I don't think it'd be a direct one. It'll probably be across towards the near post. Free kick from Trent. Cleared by Sevilla. Oh, shot there. That was Kwanzaa with the shot. Great effort nonetheless. Let's have a look at that replay if they're able to show it. Good strike there. I think it might be Gravenberg. I'm not too sure. Looks like it will be Bastic, Joe Gomez coming on. So Trent is coming on for Joe Gomez. Van Dijk is coming off as well. Lucas Stevenson is coming on. So it looks like Joe Gomez will be playing centre back in place of Van Dijk. Lucas Stevenson will be playing right back in place of Trent. And then who's the first sub that's come on? Bastic will be coming on as well. Lovely finish on Nioni.
the area where it could affect the game. That's what I like about it. Quality bench from back home. Just like he does every day of the week. If you're looking at his reaction, nothing. But really impressed by what in the games I've seen so far. And it's got a huge future.
So they're having a drink break. So must have a drink break myself. Just got a comment here from Mitchie. He said, did Diaz come off for any reason? No particular reason. He's fine. He's not injured or anything like that. I think he's just, because he's just returned from holiday, Arsenal's just giving him an hour of a run out. So yeah, he's come off unscratched. He could participate in the Las Palmas game later on today, so it remains to be seen. If he does, I don't expect him to start. He might come off the bench, if anything else. But no real reason, just routine substitutions and giving other players from the bench a chance to play. So yeah, he's been fantastic today. Really good to see Diaz hitting the back of the net twice, and that's the only area of his game that I feel like needs to be improved. And because he has the capability of scoring goals, just needs to do a bit more consistently. So big season for Luis Diaz for Liverpool.
Season, they just missed out on the playoffs, in fact. And, he's another one to Sunderland.
Stevenson at right back. So this is what I was saying earlier on. I think Joe Gomez will be playing as a centre back this season. Experienced player, so even if he plays alongside Konate or plays alongside Kwanzaa or Van Dijk, good balance in that defence. So that's why I'm thinking maybe we might not get another defender. Not what I want. I think we need to get a left-sided one. I think it adds a different balance to our team, gives us different options to play different systems or different formations in certain games. But yeah. So Mendy is the priority to target. We need to sign a number 6. So once we do, then I feel like the things will fall into place. But you'd like more as well. You wouldn't want to just sign one player and that's enough. I think we do need 2 or 3 all together. So let's see what happens for Liverpool. Still 3 weeks remaining of the transfer window, so a lot of business to conduct. Joe Gomez the ball. Hopefully with Joe Gomez playing centre back, he'll be in a position to go up for set pieces and hopefully he'll break his deadlock as well. I was really rooting for him last season to score. You know, he had a lot of shots to be fair, just wasn't able to convert. So nice ball there from Joe Gomez to Salah. Charles with the long ball up top towards the OZZWRLD.
Grassroots team that so many of those young players made the route into professional football for. They're very proud of him over there. He will be very eager to play games as well this season as all of these young Liverpool.
Ajuke on the left wing. He looks a talent. Definitely one that I'm going to keep on Ajuke. Misplaced pass there from Sevilla. Looking back here, Yoko missed the ball there. Mhm.
This is not it. You are going to see a different Liverpool team in the second part of the afternoon as they take on Las Palmas. There's lots of established Liverpool talent we've still not seen. The stars of the pre-season so far, Hartley Elliott still to play with Andrew Robertson will figure as well.
So the commentator confirmed that Robertson will be playing today, which is good. I wasn't sure if he was available, so
It's the see whether any substitutes might figure in that second game as well.
I'd be interested to see what the starting 11 is, but rest assured, whoever plays in that game will have seen the performance from the Liverpool.
so yeah, I think Robertson will probably start, and then probably Joe Gomez will play as well. I think to some extent, I don't think he'll start. It'll probably be Robertson, Sepp Vandenberg, and then Konate, and then you've got Conor Bradley. So yeah, decent back line. Nyoni pressing on that left wing position. I was supposed I would have switched there, but Nyoni's taking up that left wing position. Two guys done a decent job.
Nothing from a Sevilla perspective.
Well, their children don't dive in, patient, biding his time. He's waiting for one or two of his teammates to get back into defensive positions.
Substitution for Sevilla. Sounding guys.
Sevilla. He's going to be replaced by Manu Bueno. And on comes Tyler Morton as well.
Manu Bueno comes on. And for Liverpool, Gravenberch leaves the pitch and is being replaced by Tyler Morton. So there, Tyler Morton I mentioned earlier on today as well.
His career early on, he was a real prospect, wasn't he? Obviously, you have to live up to that at times.
Interesting to see if Tyler Morton does stay at the club or not. I think it'd be a good option for us in midfield. But I think if Liverpool were able to get a good deal for him, like the Carvalho deal that came about yesterday, I think the club would consider it. But he'd definitely be a good option for a good squad option for like the cup games. Good tackle there from Stevenson. Good tackle there from Kwanzaa. Fortunately, his clearance goes as far as a Sevilla player. Matic, nice pass.
Sevilla
84 minutes played. Liverpool 4, Sevilla 1. The game's definitely been played at a training level right now. Having said that, Sevilla have up the level. They're trying to go for an attack now. Good interception there from Stevenson. Stevenson to Salah. Salah cross towards Jota. I think Salah should have passed it to Jota first time rather than the pass back to Stevenson. Jota was in acres of space on his left-hand side, so yeah. Better decision making needed there from the Egyptian king.
Liverpool's coaching staff are looking, but they go to the final of the competition for a year. This is the last day of the Premier League season. I think he's made 67 games this year.
Sevilla with the ball. The GK on the left. Good interception there from Kwanzaa. Carries the ball forward. Still going. Tackled in the end by Sevilla's defender.
What I was saying, some of the subs will be in the mix, but when you come on as a sub, you'd want to play in the second game, wouldn't you? You would want to play any time. If you played in the full match here, you would want to play in the second game.
What we're talking about is not the players that play the goal 90 minutes or so. You know, the likes of Naoni and others, Manchetics, they want more game time, I'm sure.
It would be interesting to see what position that would be.
Naoni with the ball to Jota. Ball nicked away from him there.
Encouraging people having a goal, sometimes you have to as well. People are not doing the right thing, you have to get on top of it. Now, that's not good enough. Let's make sure we're doing better.
Simicast with the ball. A few minutes remaining plus stoppage time. As it stands, a good afternoon for Liverpool. Kwanzaa to Stevenson. Nice pass from Stevenson. Oh. Excuse me. Joe Gomez with the ball.
Still happening in the final couple of weeks of this transfer window. Players all at different levels and different pursuits now.
Any big players coming in, I like them in a little bit early so they can get used to the players. Get that preparation.
So we don't attack the GK. PK with another shot. Fortunately, hits it high and wide.
Making their way towards the exits now. The pubs around here and the pubs in the city centre that will be showing the second game today. What will be the mainstay of people leaving here? What will they have thought about this very cool performance?
Liverpool with the ball, long ball up towards Salah. Good chest of control. Salah drives the ball. He shoots. Oh, what a save by the keeper. Nine with the one-handed save there. I thought I was going to go to the bottom corner. Great technique from Salah. Oh, good save. Keeper read that very well.
Satisfied with his level of performance and proximity of opportunity today. Soberslai's corner then. It clears it.
Simicast. Caught there by Nyland. Sevilla on the counter attack. Good interception from Stevenson. He's been really positive since he's come on. Really good in terms of defensive duties there. Very tight on the Duque. That hasn't given him any space whatsoever. His passing with decent as well. So good cameo from the young player there. Oh, lovely free ball to Salah. Just slightly overplayed. Good idea. In the 90-minute marks now. Lovely control from Salah. Just showing the replay of his shot. Very safe. And that is the end of the game. So the game concludes Liverpool 4, Sevilla 1. Great performance from the Reds. On paper, you're probably thinking, oh, not nice to concede a goal. But at the end of the day, this is pre-season. It's all about gaining fitness and finding your rhythm. I feel like the players have shown a good account of themselves, playing some good football with good possession. And the finishes have been great as well at the same time. So Lucho with the 2 goals. He's probably my man of the match today. I was very impressed in terms of how he played. Diogo Jota, unbelievable strike with left-footed. Finished to open the score sheet. So yeah, a good afternoon altogether for Liverpool. And that's it for a live watching and stuff. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you for the endless comments today. Really appreciate it. Thanks to Mitchie, Diogo Jota Season, Richard as always, Isaac, and 089C Man, and Jay Kismet. Appreciate your contribution as always, guys. Take care. Stay safe. We'll be back in about a couple of hours. 4:20. Just before the game starts. The game is a 4:30 kickoff. So yeah, I'll be back in a couple of hours. So take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.